Hey guys, this is Chadley from MetalWorks with another update on our 63 Riviera build. As you can see, we're finally in some different settings here. We're out of the fab shop and into the body shop. For this video here, we got a bunch of content for you guys. The mechanical teardown of the car after doing all those mock-up, and then the actual teardown of the sheet metal. Went over to Tony and he did a little bit of mock-up on the wiring harness. And then with the sheet metal and the engine, everything pulled, Nick was able to finally address the finishing touches on the firewall. And now it's back over here into the body shop where it got all prepped out for epoxy. So let's jump on into it. All right, guys, there's just been a ton of pre-building and mock-up. Nick and Randy had the entire interior back in the Riviera, just test fitting everything after all the mods have been done. They're just taking the dash back apart. You can see the classic instrument gauges are still in it. Been doing a lot of little modifications, working on hood poppers. Now Nick is working on some filler panels in through here, making the 65 grill work a little cleaner in the 63. But a lot of just little tedious behind the scenes stuff that's interesting but kind of mind-numbing to video. So but a lot of little brackets like these being made to hold components that are hidden out of sight. All of your mechanical features that are inside the dash, all that stuff was installed and making sure that it functions now with all the mods that have been done to the body. So a lot of that I did not get on video because it would just be hours and hours of the most intricate little work. So what are we looking at here?
This right here is the booster for the master cylinder. It's going to be hidden behind my splash shield here. And up here is the wiper motor, and that's actually the factory location. It's just an upgraded unit.
Now you're working on another splash shield?
Yeah, I need to make a splash shield here that's going to protect and clean up all of the hidden headlight assembly. So I'm just making a template for that. I'll put some bead rolls in it to match the backside. And then I'm going to do one more that covers the backside of the fender, just so that no rocks or anything are thrown up and puts a dent in the back of it, since we eliminated the factory inner fender that would protect that normally. So we're gonna make a new one.
Awesome. All right, you can see the Riviera is out of the fab shop and into the assembly bay where Tony is working on the wiring, getting all that mocked up, harnesses hand built. Wiring, of course, is a tedious and difficult process to document, but I'll try to get you guys some footage of what's happening. But it's refreshing to see the Riviera somewhere besides the fab shop. There you can see Tony's breaking into the factory GM wiring harness. So Nick is building a box that will mount underneath the Riviera. You can actually see he's got what will become the bottom side of the box mounted already. And he's working on what will be the top side of the box on the bench over here.
So I'm making the sides for the box right here, and this will be the lid. You have a battery cutoff, a battery tender plug-in, and then an emergency jumper cable setup, and we'll have a custom set of jumper cables that plug into this just in case you get into a pinch.
Here you can see Nick has got the box underneath finished up. So the hood is off the Riviera. They're going to continue to pull the front end components off so we can access the firewall to get that finished up and get these other parts into epoxy. You see they got the hood, doors, and deck lid off the Riviera. Those are over in the body shop. Nick is working on a few more splash pans for up inside the front wheel wells.
So Nick's working on the top splash pan now. Just got that roughed into place. A lot of finessing to do yet. Alright, you can see Nick is starting to disassemble the front end again so we can get access to the firewall. He's got a bunch of finish and cleanup work to do there, as well as on components that he's removing. But the main goal here is to get the body on over to the body shop and start that process. Just more tear down action, bagging and tagging and labeling everything. So Nick's got the engine and transmission out of the Riviera. You can see Nick is working on getting the firewall welded in here. So slowly stitching it in.
Right, so Nick is still buttoning up a few minor loose ends on the Riviera, but it's basically ready to head to the body shop. Alright guys, you can see the Riviera is in the body shop.
Yesterday, Heath prepped out the outsides of the door skins. And the trunk lid. Now you can see he's prepping the inside of one of the door skins here, getting ready to spray it in epoxy as well. He's got the parts in the booth, just getting ready to spray a round of epoxy. Alright, you can see the pieces are in epoxy. So now the bodywork process can begin on these. Here you can see Heath has the doors prepped out for epoxy. Alright, you can see the Riviera doors are in epoxy. Interesting to see both sides of these. These Rivieras have such unique doors with removable skins. Alright, you can see the Riviera's in the booth. Heath is just starting to get it taped up to spray epoxy. Alright, Heath is just about to lay down the epoxy.
the Riviera is in epoxy, so now the bodywork can begin. Alright guys, that's where things stand on the Riviera. Thanks for checking out the video. Next time we'll be diving into more of the bodywork. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.